Hello, I'm Bernard.hickey from interest.co.nz and welcome to a special economic weather report on inflation data brought to you in association with ASB. Some key numbers out today on inflation. In fact, it was deflation. Prices actually fell 0.5% in the December quarter. Now this is the first time we've seen deflation to this extent in nearly 10 years, and it was more than the market expected. About 0.4%, they got 0.5%. The Reserve Bank of New Zealand was actually expecting only 0.3%. And we saw annual inflation hit 3.4%. That's down from 5.1% the previous quarter, and closer to the 1 to 3% range that the Reserve Bank is looking at. So all of this sounds great for interest rates. Surely this gives the green light for the Reserve Bank to cut the official cash rate significantly next Thursday by around 100 basis points. That's what the market's expecting. But when you dig a bit deeper into these figures, you find that domestic inflation, so that stuff that's not related to prices overseas or what's happening with the currency, domestic inflation is still a problem. And you might remember that Alan Bollard, the Reserve Bank Governor, warned before Christmas that power companies and city councils and regional councils were putting up their rates and their power prices too fast, and it was causing inflation and was a problem for the economy as a whole. Well, actually, when you look at today's figures, you see that non-tradables inflation, so core domestic inflation, that's still quite high at 4.3% annually. And if you look at what happened to household energy, so that's electricity and gas, up 7.9% in the December quarter from a year ago. Property rates up 6%. Now this is more than double the Reserve Bank's target range. Now Bollard can probably afford to get away with it and still cut the official cash rate from 5% to 4% next Thursday. But there's still some problems there with domestic inflation. And privately, Alan Bollard must be fuming at what the state-owned enterprises, the big electricity companies and the councils are still doing. They are putting up their prices at a time when we don't need inflation. I'm Bernard.hickey. That was a special economic weather report brought to you in association with ASB.